Oh my gosh, so much fun down in Campus Martius. I'm so excited for summer to be here. Thank you, Brandon. All right, time now for Mom Talk, and joining us today, Stacie Robinson. She's a mom of 7. She also has 3 grandsons. She also is a branch manager for Flagstar Bank in downtown Detroit. Lisa LaGrou, she's a mother of 2 and a founder of OaklandCountyMoms.com. And Stacie Patak, a mom of triplets, a stay-at-home mom, and she also helps with our mom craft segments. And also, your children are here in studio watching you. Are you nervous?
I'm not. I'm excited for them because what a cool experience for a bunch of 6-year-olds.
To see behind the scenes of a television station. Well, they're darling.
Thank you.
I'll put if you want, I'll put a little picture up on Facebook with you guys.
Absolutely. Okay, that's fine.
This is a talk about Vince Vaughn. He's interesting with his viewpoints. He sparked a heated debate after he said guns should be in schools. He argued that schools are soft targets where you don't have a chance of being shot in return. He also said banning guns to keep people safe is like banning forks to fight obesity. So does he have a point on this? Do you feel like your kids would be safe at school if there was armed security? Some people make the comparison where they're like, okay, well, there's politicians or well-known celebrities who send their children to school. Sometimes there is an armed presence there. Does he make a point, Lisa?
I think he does. I think even the kids would respect it and feel safer too. As long as it's a professionally trained armed guard. We're not talking about sticking a gun in the secretary's front drawer that everyone would have access to. We're talking about a presence. Because even though the schools have installed those cameras with the intercom systems, I've gone to my kids' school several times and they just say, you know, hello, why are you here? And you're just like, I'm here to pick up my child for a doctor appointment. Okay, come on in. Yeah. You know, there's never an ID shown or anything like that, and I think that there's still maybe some loopholes, but this would definitely, I think, give an additional security.
What do you think about Stacie?
As far as guns, the only person I would feel comfortable would be a security or an officer carrying a gun.
There's a difference too, though, security and officer.
Right.
And that's, you've done stories on that too.
Yeah, so, but I think maybe just one security officer for the school, or a police officer, but that would be the only way I would feel comfortable with a gun being in the school. Okay. I wouldn't feel comfortable any other way.
With a principal
or any other, yes.
I agree with Vince Vaughn. I definitely think so. I think I never thought of that perspective where all these places that are having the mass shootings are places that are not protected whatsoever. So I do agree. I don't think there should just be a gun, like you said, in the secretary's desk, but not even an armed guard. I would say a police officer, a trained professional, you know, with a connection to the police department.
Tax dollars. Exactly. Unfortunately, logistically, it's not.
Well, my kids go to private school, so that's a little bit. I don't know how that would work in the different respects, but just in general, I do believe that, you know, having someone there that's, you know, trained and knows what to do in that kind of type of situation, because I get scared. I mean, my kids in preschool were doing terrorist drills, so I'm like, I'm appreciative of that, but you know, it was a little scary.
Well, last week on the internet, this Charlie thing was blowing up, but I guess I should say the Charlie Challenge. And apparently this is where kids attempt to summon a dead boy named Charlie to play with them. Back in the day, we might have heard of this as Bloody Mary or Candyman. You heard about it.
Yeah, I asked my daughter about it. And she told me, yeah, Mom.
You do it with the pencils, and you say, come and play, and the pencil allegedly is supposed to move.
She basically, I asked my 11-year-old, and she said, yeah, Mom, I heard about it. I said, what are your thoughts? She says, I'm a Christian. I don't do that. So she didn't even give it a second thought. It's kind of like how I felt about the Mary. I mean, the Bloody Mary, I didn't want to do that as a child. It's just not in my belief system. So she totally
that's good that she has a strong belief system, but there's some kids out there that might not, and it's not necessarily their fault if they don't. Maybe so then she shares her beliefs with her friends, so I mean, hopefully she can impact them, but anything that just doesn't feel right like that, she's definitely not going to participate. What do you guys think about a game like that if you saw your kids doing that?
Yeah, I like her viewpoint a lot. I agree with that. And, you know, I had a Ouija board growing up and stuff like that.
I was always too afraid to do anything like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you, as a child, like, you know, it's just a game, or you get afraid and you should back off of it. I think your parents kind of monitor, like, you know, how seriously are they taking this? It's just a game, you know? It never worked, and, you know, it was harmless, but I like your viewpoint on it, though.
Okay, Stacie.
In this day and age, it's just completely different with the internet and YouTube. It can just be taken to extremes. When we did it, it was really harmless, and I didn't do it that much because, again, it freaked me out too. I wasn't into that stuff. But with YouTube and the internet and the challenges and all the things that happen, I just feel like it really could be it's much more detrimental, or could be.
And my other thing is, if they participate in something like that, it's going to lead them to participate in something else.
Right.
So just
Where
stop
does
it.
go?
Yeah, just
And
stop
pay attention
Pay
to what they're doing.
Yeah.
This was interesting. Lisa Loeb, remember her from the 90s? She's saying, I think it was Stay or whatever you might have seen. She came out recently in a TV interview and said mothers should have their kids sooner rather than later. She had her 2 kids in her 40s and says she was really lucky. There were no complications, but that's not always the case. Now, she says moms to be need to look at how they're spending their time and make decisions about what they truly want. And I think a lot of this wasn't slamming any parent that decides to wait, but I think she was trying to hit that fertility ticking time clock that I think, and I know I have a lot of friends who said, oh yeah, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, and then, oh, yeah.
We're having trouble.
What do you think when somebody comes out with advice? That I'm going to have to start with you, Stacie, because you had triplets.
We did fertility. And my husband and I got married a little bit later. We were together for quite a while, but just closer to our 30s when we got married. And then we had a little trouble getting pregnant. We tried about a year after marriage, and nothing was happening. And it took us 4 years to be able to conceive the triplets. And so, I mean, I think it's situational too. I wanted kids when I was younger, it just wasn't in the cards. I wasn't married, and that was my viewpoint, that I wanted to be married before I had children. And it just didn't work out. So I was 33 when I had the kids, and I just turned 40, and they're going to be 7.
Right.
So
I think a lot of it is education, because I think when we were growing up, there was a thing of, oh, I can just do it later, or oh, I'll just do artificial insemination. I think there was just this, we had a scapegoat. And I know you had your kids earlier.
I had my kids earlier, but I feel better now than I did then. I don't have any objections to having babies later on. I think actually, as you get older, you have more patience.
Probably more patience, a little more wisdom.
Yes, so I wouldn't object to either way.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of is how it falls.
Yeah, I think everybody has their own situation. I have a friend who waited till she was about 37, and it worked out fantastic financially for her. Right. You know, for me, I'm asleep right now as it is. I think I'd be falling asleep even faster if I waited that long. So it's everybody's situation.
Yeah.
You got to, like you said, keep educated with your OB-GYN.
That's what it is too, and educate yourself about your own body.
Exactly. Know your body and know what your possibilities might be.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. Oh wait, we got one more. Save brain drain. Yeah, it's brain drain is the topic. Summer brain drain. It can hit parents like myself.
That's real.
I know. Well, everybody talks, and I know I did this when I was a kid. You get off of school, and then it just seems like you kind of forget everything, and you spend the next 6 weeks when you get back to school on September and October relearning everything you do. So, what's the line? Do our kids do brain drain? And I'm going to start with you. Okay, you do think so?
I do. Every year after they get out of school, they already know I'm going to Sam's Club and I'm buying the big book that has the math, the reading, and the writing in it, and they know they have to do it. But now it's even better because the teachers in the schools are providing links for them to do online. Okay. So instead of doing the books now, I can actually have them go straight online to do their work, but they have to continuously do something throughout
What's continuous? Because I'm wondering, because I have my preschooler, I have a little workbook for her, and I'm just doing it like 3 days a week because I just feel like, okay, let's just do a little bit of something.
That's fine for the preschooler. My daughter, I probably would say 2 hours a day.
Oh my gosh.
Guess what? She's not just 2 hours a day.
Okay. No, I just
Stacie's like, back off.
Don't mess with Stacie.
I mean, think of how much they're going to be playing video games, though, compared to watching TV. I mean,
2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah.
Weekdays, do weekends count?
Weekends are free.
Look at me, I'm trying to like help your kids. All right, what do you think?
Absolutely. We read every day.
Okay.
My son continues playing his musical instruments and everything. So he
do you have a time thing like we have to hit?
And we don't, because to me it's kind of like the flexibility of summer brings your flexibility into your learning as well. As long as you're doing something and you're maintaining, I don't want to see them go back September 1st where the teachers say it takes 3 to 4 weeks to catch up with everything they've lost. Maintenance is what I look for. Okay. And I think you can get that maintenance in a decent amount of time.
How about you? Because you've got 6-year-olds, so I can relate to you a little more.
This is the first year. I didn't really do anything during the summer last year with them. I really didn't. But this year in kindergarten, they learn how to read, and they're doing math, they're doing addition, subtraction. So I feel like there's more of an urge to do it. So our teacher, the kindergarten teacher, actually sent a little packet home. I'm going to make some copies of it. And then also we're doing reading. I'm doing it every morning for 30 minutes at least.
I like that.
That's my goal. So, I mean, there are going to be days like this where I was rushed this morning, so we're going to do it later this afternoon. But every day, 20 to 30 minutes, and I definitely believe it's going to help. I'm actually excited to see how it helps them at the beginning of first grade next year.